of item number one, in favor of item number one. Once they raise their hand, you pick them, they speak, and then you move on to, is there anyone and against opposing item number one, and until you go through the whole list.
Understood.
Yeah. So when the lady comes on, your only speaker, you might want to address if she's speaking for or against the item. You'll be fine. Hello, Councilman Mishtam.
Hello, good evening.
How you doing, Councilman?
Good, good. How are you?
Good, good.
You all?
Hello, Councilman Gale.
Hello.
Also, Councilwoman Hercules, normally, when there's a good amount of folks speaking, then they need to identify their name as well as where they live. They don't have to give the exact address, but as long as they mention that they live in Hartford.
We are live, by the way. I just got the word from HPA-TV.
Okay, thank you, because I was wondering when I was going to get like a little...
They thought it was me conducting it, so they texted me, but just as well.
Understood. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to fellow members of the City Council, as well as guests today. Looks like we have Miss Angela Harris joining us, as well as members of the Hartford public and the public if you're coming from outside of Hartford. My name is Tiana Hercules, and I am chairing this public hearing meeting today, April 18th, 2022. We're going to call this meeting to order and just going to announce some housekeeping rules before we get into the meeting. Public hearings shall be conducted in accordance with the following procedures. Each person wishing to address this council therefore shall, upon recognition by the presiding officer, give his or her name, address, and if he or she represents a group, shall in addition state for the record the name and address of said group or organizations, and shall limit his or her speaking remarks to 5 minutes. All remarks shall be addressed to the council as a body and not to any individual member. Any person making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, or who becomes boisterous while addressing the council, shall be forthwith barred by the presiding officer from further audience at said meeting unless permission to remain is granted by a 2/3 vote of the council members present and voting. During public hearing, there shall be no debate by the council, although questions may be asked by council or persons making such representations. For members of the community, please be advised that this meeting is being broadcast and recorded by the Hartford Public Access Television and can be viewed via the HPA-TV Facebook page, Comcast Xfinity Channel 96, www.hpatv.org, or Channel 6032 for Frontier customers. Spanish interpretation is provided through a partnership with the City of Hartford and the Hartford Public Library. Additional accommodations can be made available with enough notice to the Office of Council President. So I'm just going to proceed with some introductions and note which of our council members we have on the call here. I see that we do have Madam Council President Meli Rosado. We do also have, I'm just going by who I can see on the screen, Councilman Gale. We have Councilman Mixton with us, as well as Councilman Sanchez. And we have our council aide, Renato. Did I miss any city council members? Because I can't always see everyone here. And it looks like we also have Ms. Harris, who I believe is our only speaker speaking today. Also, we have HPA-TV, who is recording and broadcasting this meeting. So without further ado, I'm going to get over to the agenda. We have one item on the agenda today, which is listed as number 2 here on the agenda. Mayor Bronin with accompanying resolution.
Like literally, like.
Oops, hello. Okay. We have Mayor Bronin with accompanying resolution authorizing and empowering the city to grant to Connecticut Natural Gas Corporation an easement from the City of Hartford to CNG Corporation. So that is attached with the agenda here. And so I'm going to now ask if there's anyone wishing to speak in favor of this item. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of this item? last call for anyone wishing to speak in favor of this item. Okay, there being none, I'm now going to ask if there's anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this item. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this item?
Isn't that the one listed speaker, Councilwoman? Whose name
That's
I
what-
don't have in front of me.
Yeah,
She
Ms.
had posted
Harris,
in the chat that she was wrapping up an NRZ meeting, so I don't know if.
yeah, I just saw that. I just am not sure if she's speaking in favor or against it. Unfortunately, I don't have that information in front of me. I will, let me, if I send her a chat and ask what her intention is. Okay, looks like she's speaking against. The floor is open. Ms. Harris, if you want to please state your name and your residence and your position on this item.
Yes, Angela Harris, resident and also chair of the Phillips Health Ministry and Health Committee chair of the Northeast NRZ. And I apologize, but we are just wrapping up the NRZ meeting, which is scheduled to adjourn by 7, but it's still going on. So I won't be before you long. I just want to ask the council if they have taken any type of opportunity to get an in-depth look. I was at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, which is a non-public hearing, and they showed a map of a gas line going through the Weaver High School property, recently remodeled and renovated, to have a gas line go under the railroad tracks, through wetlands to get to a new fuel cell being put on the University of Hartford's campus. And one, having just redone the campus, I'm not sure how much work and when the work would be done, but I'm concerned about the exposure, the added exposure to an additional gas line on a school property. And we know, there's always issues with things going wrong, gas lines being broken by accident by contractors, but to go underneath a railroad track and God forbid there ever be a, that railroad track, the Griffin line is used for getting engine vehicles for repair. But if there's ever any kind of issue, and again, the exposure to the wetlands, I'm not sure if that is the most expeditious and safe for our young people and staff at a school to have a gas line to feed something that there is really no Hartford community benefit. So I'm wondering if due diligence has been done for getting that line service from the Bloomfield Avenue on the West Hartford side of the campus to service a fuel cell, which I guess will be used to augment, if in case of power outages or whatever, opportunities for University of Hartford to have additional power sources. I'm all for that. I'm just all about mitigating risk, any undue risk for our students and faculty on our campus here in Hartford. There was no impact study shared in terms of health, so I'm just wondering if the city council has done its due diligence because nothing was presented.
Thank you for your
And prior
comments.
to you all approving that, I think that really needs to be done. And the only opportunity that the Planning and Zoning Commission had was if it were in the guidelines of the zoning, not whether it was a good idea or not. And I don't know if CNG has done its homework. And maybe Hartford is the avenue of the least resistance. Maybe they feel like folks don't care or attend hearings to voice their concerns or opinion. And maybe they tried in West Hartford and got pushed back, or maybe they didn't even try and and thought, let's try Hartford side first. But I don't think this is the only avenue to get a fuel cell on the University of Hartford campus. And maybe the location they pick, maybe they could investigate having another location on campus where it might be easily accessed from the Bloomfield Avenue side of the campus without going through wetlands and interrupting a brand new renovated school on the Hartford side.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments, Ms. Harris. I think the council, at least all those who are here, will certainly look to follow up with that. Did you want to say something, Councilman Mickstrom, in response?
Just that you know, we're not, the forum doesn't allow us to answer questions, but I know I will have my office reach out to Ms. Harris tomorrow and we can talk about it more fully.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Certainly. Yeah, we appreciate your comments and the points that you raised with respect to this item. So Ms. Harris was the only person that I saw who signed up. I would just do a last call and check if there is anyone else who would like to speak. I guess we're at the against and opposition to this item. Hearing none, I believe this meeting would be adjourned. This is my first time, so I just want to make sure that that's it.
Yes,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
All right. Well, thank you
Madam
everyone
Chair,
for joining
for
us.
the record,
Yep.
there was only a notification sent out on the same day. I'm not sure if that's normal policy to only have a same day notification. But that was, to me, was unusual. So I don't know how many people even know about this hearing process, but I think that's another area for an opportunity for improvement. I think if people were aware, there would probably be more people on the line.
Thank you. Councilman Sanchez,
I have
did
a
you
question.
Yes. Yes, through you, Madam Chair. I agree with Ms. Phillips. To receive a notice on the day prior is not the norm. I've worked in community outreach for several years, and they should have sent out at the very minimum 2 notices, letting the residents in the area and the neighborhood know that this type of project is coming in the near future, and of course the notification letting them know at what date and time and what procedures they're going to take as far as road closure, if any is necessary, and the type of project that will entail this dig. I recently became the chair of the Planning, Economic Development and Housing, and I myself have not received the technical information on how this is going to occur. So I will definitely look into it and get back to you, Ms. Harris. Ms. Phillips.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And through you, Chair, Ms. Angela, thank you for bringing that information to our attention. So I will look to Councilman Sanchez's response via email as chair of the Economic Development Team to let us council members know what type of process did they take in notifying the residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President. And it sounds like there's probably still opportunity with respect to this item to have further discussion. I imagine Health and Human Services may have some input, and it seems like it may touch on some other committees as well. So it would be good to know what the plan is for obviously community engagement and also implementation if it does go forward. So thank you for bringing that to our attention again, Ms. Harris. And I think with that, we can adjourn this meeting.
Just point a note, a reference, I believe it might be on the council's agenda for the 25th. It's an 824 review item. So if there's any way that can be, the email actually was sent at 9:58 p.m. this morning through the iCompass system. So those folks that aren't registered with iCompass would not have received it. And even for those that are, like 10 a.m. for a 7 p.m. hearing is like, that's less than 24 hours. That's literally 9 hours notice.
Yeah, understood. Thank you.
Madam Chair, Councilman Mingdom has a question.
Councilman Mixon?
Oh, not a question. I just realized when Councilman Sanchez was speaking to Ms. Phillips, for some reason my brain did something and I called you Ms. Harris, so I just wanted to apologize and apologize for confusing it for Councilman Sanchez. That's all.
No worries.
All right. So we will adjourn the meeting and follow up with Ms. Angela regarding those items. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.